you and I met last year, I finally got around to playing the Ghost of Tsushima. And I got to meet your character, Kyoza, who was a fantastic storyteller, straight out like Rashomon, right? So a lot of your characters tend to be storytellers, and you yourself are a storyteller. What do you think is important for the art of telling a good story?
Well, I think, for one thing, a sense of humor always helps.
Yeah.
Temper any story with some humor, and I've always found if you can make something funny, and if you can make a crowd laugh, once you have them laughing, it's really fairly easy to make them cry. And if you can start off laughing and switch that around, and all of a sudden they're crying, that has always been a very effective way of telling stories. And also, I think if you're going to tell a story, it's fun to have a lot of funny voices to tell the story with. And I think that's kind of, I think that's something we all have in common here,
I also like to make people cry. Laugh too. It's okay. It's fun.
So breaking the ice, making them laugh, do you feel like you're going to connect more with someone's humanity in that sense because you're kind of appealing to a softness of them? Is that kind of, as I'm understanding through the telephone again, kind of what you're saying?
Yeah, absolutely. It's really hard to hear up here. It's not, yeah. I'm thinking that
Hey, can you hear them? That's the important part.
You can.
Just all say something. Can you hear them all right? We're all good? We're all good.
Yeah!
That's what's important. We'll pantomime all day up here if we need to.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, all right.
Well, what do you say? Hey,
what's going on?
What's happening?
So, Ray, my question for you is, I'm someone from the Nashville area, and I recently learned that you also do some excellent country music. And a lot of these songs bring me to places that I haven't been since my youth. I get that connection and that vibe with a lot of your stuff. And I recently listened to My Darling Vivian, which you released this week. And so, I don't know who all is from Nashville, but those of us who are local in Nashville, that's not our family. Like, Vivian is a personal story to us, and we're like, why are you just watching her out of media? Why are we glossing over this really, really important person? What was it? I know you have a love for the Cash and June and all that, but what was it about your appeal to the book and Vivian that you're like, I want to bring a different side to this and kind of shed some light on that?
Well, I've been a Johnny Cash fan since I was just a little girl. Like, A Boy Named Sue was one of the first songs I learned, top to bottom. And I always just thought about, and that's why I always just thought about Johnny and June. I mean, I grew up playing the auto harp because my family was a big Carter family. You guys probably know. There was this family called the Carter family, and they played old-time country music, and June Carter was a little girl in that family. She grew up and married Johnny Cash, and it was always just this Cinderella story to me. And then I read this book recently. I always knew that I knew he had had a wife before, and they had 4 daughters, and I was a big Roseanne Cash fan, who was their daughter, and a Rodney Crowell fan, Rodney was married to Roseanne. This is a long answer. Anyway,
take your time, you're good.
But they really completely edited this poor woman out of Johnny Cash's story. She was the mother of his 4 daughters. Even at his memorial at the Country Music Hall of Fame at the Ryman, they didn't even mention her. And then Rodney Crowell came out and said, I want to address Vivian because she's the mother of these 4 daughters and Roseanne's mother, and they edited that out of the broadcast. Unbelievable. Anyway, but there's a great documentary called My Darling Vivian that you should watch, and there's a book called I Walked the Line. And I just put out my single yesterday. Follow me on Spotify, please. Please follow me on Spotify. I made $200 on Spotify in 1 year just from the streams. I need more followers. Anyway, but the author found me on Facebook and wrote this amazing thing saying this is one of my favorite songs of all time. I had to pull over on the side of the road because I was sobbing, and I'm just like, oh my God, that's every songwriter's dream. But anyway, follow me on Spotify. That's the main.
No such thing as a shameless plug in this house. Just toss it out there. So this is a question for all of you guys. Again, I don't feel beholden to answer, but social media is obviously a mixed bag. But one of the things that I think is really great is for you guys to have the opportunity this week to participate with fandoms, to connect with fandoms a bit more. How has social media been a positive influence for you to connect with the fandoms, but also rekindle your love for this fandom or other fandoms that you're into? How does that kind of become a positive space of communication for you?
Well,
and maybe we'll jump in.
When Avatar started, the internet existed but not in its current form, And it used to be to make a successful show, you do a show successful. We did 5 seasons.